Hey guys, what is going on? This is Jack Attack 45, and today I have a video on Mr. Clint Dempsey's transfer from Tottenham to the Sounders. And as a Sounders fan, I felt that I needed to make this video because this is a huge deal for the MLS. Obviously, the Sounders are going crazy over this transfer. They did a full introduction of him. I think it was yesterday, and definitely wanted to talk about this one because there is good things about this, there is bad things about this, and there is some ugly things about this. So, good, bad, and the ugly of Clint Dempsey's transfer from the Spurs to the Sounders coming up from Mr. Jack Tech 45. Guys, stick around and enjoy. Alright, so we're going to start off with the good, and obviously one of the biggest reasons, well, I'm guessing why Dempsey went over to the MLS is because of all that glorious money that he is going to be getting. He agreed to a 4-year, $32 million contract, which is crazy, crazy, crazy. So much money for Mr. Dempsey. And Seattle actually paid about $9 million for him, so they paid that $9 million transfer fee. It's also good for the MLS because they are getting crazy amounts of publicity. Obviously, bringing back one of the most successful U.S. internationals to the MLS is awesome. It also is amazing for Sounders. The Sounders, obviously, they're trying to kickstart their season. They're in the middle of the table right now. But it is going to be good for them because obviously they are picking up Dempsey, who has been a goal-scoring machine in his career. Obviously, with Fulham and with Tottenham, he kind of slacked off a little bit, but obviously he hasn't been getting as much playing time as he was as Fulham. And then, of course, it's going to be good for Sounders fans like me. Of course, I am pumped because I have loved watching Dempsey play over the years, in his time at Fulham, in his time as Tottenham, and now he's going to be playing for the Sounders. And the other thing I think is Sounders fans are going to get a lot more publicity as well because I think they're going to broadcast more of the games. Fox Sports has actually been picking up a lot of the MLS games, and I think this is going to make them even more enticed to put up those Seattle Sounders games. So I'm excited about that. And then finally, of course, Tottenham gets some money from it as well, but they are looking to sell on Gareth Bale, so they're obviously not worried about the $9 million, the measly $9 million, when reports are saying that they're going to get $150 million for Gareth Bale. So obviously, they're a little bit excited, but they're working on Gareth Bale and all that good stuff. Now let's move on to the bad. So for the bad, a lot of people have been comparing this move to Donovan's move back to the MLS after a few, subpar loan stints at Everton. But for Dempsey, he's playing in, I think, the prime of his career, scoring a lot of goals over in Europe. And obviously, after 12 goals in all competitions last season, it wasn't that bad of season. It just was more of the Spurs kind of failing to meet their goals, and I think Dempsey is looking for a way to get a few more minutes of playing time. Obviously he's going to play a lot at the Sounders, but I think a lot of people look at this as a bad move for Dempsey, and to be honest, I think with the World Cup coming up, this seems like a smart move because he is going to be able to get back in top form for himself for the World Cup in Brazil coming up. But a lot of people might look at this as, well, he's not going to be playing against European level competition anymore. I think he will be able to continue that top form. And I think some people might view this as a bad move for Dempsey, but I think in the end it's going to work out for a good move because he's showing that MLS clubs are willing to pay for players in their prime, and in the end I think it's going to be a great move for Dempsey. This might be a little bit of a bad, but I'm trying to be optimistic about the World Cup coming up in a year. So let's move on to the ugly. And finally, for the ugly, one of the biggest things that I think is going to be a big problem for Dempsey is Jurgen Klinsmann's wrath. I feel like he's always been a big advocate for challenging himself at the highest level, and obviously the BPL is some of the highest level of football you can play at. And I think that once he sees that Dempsey has come back to the MLS, he might not be the happiest camper. He did say that Dempsey has not really done much in the BPL earlier in the year, so I'm gonna be kind of interested to monitor on what his reaction is, and see what he says. But overall, guys, I think that the good, the bad, and the ugly, Dempsey's making a lot of money. The MLS is getting a lot of publicity, and I think overall this is an awesome, awesome move for just, U.S. soccer in general, and hopefully it will help out for the World Cup in 2014 next year, coming up so soon. Guys, I hope you did enjoy the good, the bad, and the ugly. Make sure to drop a like if you did enjoy the video. Hopefully my editing wasn't too crazy. I just threw a bunch of images in there. Guys, this has been JackAttack45, signing out. Peace!